Nobody was ready for this. It started small, then it got worse. But nobody expected what happened next. On the evening of September 13th, 2025, the city of Beijing faced a storm that came with no warning for most residents. It started like any other Saturday. The afternoon was warm, the air heavy with humidity, and people carried on with their weekend routines. But by evening, the skies turned violent. What followed was a sudden hailstorm mixed with heavy rain, thunder, and strong winds that transformed the capital into a scene of chaos. The storm developed fast. Meteorologists later explained that thunderstorm clouds began forming in the western and southern parts of Beijing during the afternoon. At first, they looked like ordinary late summer clouds, but within hours, they intensified into a powerful system. The storm swept into the city with hailstones, rain, and gusty winds that left thousands unprepared. Districts such as Beijing, Fangshan, Fengtai, Mentegu, and Chaoyang were among the hardest hit. Hailstones fell across these areas, some as large as 2 centimeters in diameter. While not massive by global standards, the sheer density of the hail and the speed at which it struck was enough to leave a mark. Cars parked in the open quickly became targets. Their roofs and hoods were dented, windscreens cracked, and in some cases, mirrors snapped off. Videos and photos quickly spread across Chinese social media. Cars appeared as if they had been struck repeatedly with hammers, their surfaces covered in tiny craters. Some residents described their vehicles as looking like bubble wrap. Drivers caught in the storm had little choice but to pull over and wait, many huddling under bridges or inside tunnels until the storm passed. The storm did not just bring hail. Winds reached dangerous levels, with gusts climbing between force 9 and 11 on the Beaufort scale. That strength was enough to break branches, scatter debris, and knock down weaker structures. Streets were left littered with fallen branches and pieces of metal blown off rooftops. Rain poured at rates of more than 30 millimeters in an hour, leading to localized flooding. Underpasses filled with water, intersections became pools, and some vehicles were left stranded in deep puddles. One of the heaviest hit spots was Damozhuang village in Mentegu district, which recorded 31.1 millimeters of rainfall. In several areas, 6-hour totals exceeded 50 millimeters. For a city already struggling with drainage in low-lying parts, the sudden downpour created instant hazards. Emergency services and municipal workers responded immediately. Teams were sent overnight to clear blocked roads, remove fallen trees, and restore traffic. Flooded underpasses were pumped dry, while traffic police diverted cars away from dangerous spots. Crews also inspected drainage systems and checked power facilities. Though Beijing avoided major blackouts, workers remained on standby in case conditions worsened. Authorities had already issued alerts earlier in the day. The Beijing Meteorological Observatory released warnings for thunderstorms, hail, and heavy rain. Residents were told to stay indoors, avoid unnecessary travel, and stay clear of trees or unstable structures that could collapse. As the storm unfolded, these warnings proved vital. China's weather warning system follows a 4-tier, color-coded design. Red for the most severe, followed by orange, yellow, and blue. For this storm, a yellow alert was issued for both lightning and hailstorms across several districts, including Dongcheng, Xicheng, Haidian, and Chaoyang. The system, though familiar to residents, suddenly became personal as people realized how quickly conditions could turn. For experts, the storm was not a surprise in theory, but its speed and intensity were remarkable. Specialists explain that September is a transition month in northern China. Warm, moist air often lingers from the summer months. When sudden cold air masses push down from the north, the clash can trigger convective storms. The result is rapid updrafts that form hail, heavy rainfall, and strong winds. While such weather is typical of late summer and early autumn, the violence of this storm highlighted growing concerns about climate patterns. Scientists also noted that extreme weather events like this appear to be increasing in frequency. They link these changes to broader shifts in global climate, including rising temperatures and unstable atmospheric conditions. For Beijing, a city of over 20 million, this means storms may become more common, more sudden, and more destructive. For residents, however, the science was far from their minds that evening. In many neighborhoods, the hailstorm came as a shock. Families who had been dining out or strolling suddenly ran for cover. Parents rushed to pull children inside. Small businesses scrambled to protect outdoor goods. Within minutes, ordinary streets became unsafe, filled with pounding hail, rushing water, and flying debris. When the storm passed, the damage was clear. Vehicles bore the scars of ice. Streets were littered with broken branches. Pools of water remained in low-lying areas. Yet despite the destruction, Beijing's resilience showed through. By the following morning, many streets had been cleared, traffic resumed, and life began to return to its normal pace. Beijing's hailstorm underscores a growing challenge. China, with its vast territory and diverse climate zones, is facing increasingly erratic and powerful weather. Urban centers, despite their modern infrastructure, remain vulnerable to sudden storms. Storms like these are no longer rare. They are part of a new reality. In this reality, vigilance, preparation, and strong infrastructure are essential. Beijing recovered quickly this time, but the memory of hail pounding against glass and rain flooding familiar streets will remind its people that, in the face of nature, moments of calm can flip into moments of chaos in an instant. Mother Nature doesn't give warnings. Are you prepared for the unexpected? Share your tips in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more clear and calm reports on extreme weather events. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Please note that some footage in this video is for illustrative purposes and may not depict the exact events described. Thank you for watching and stay safe.